Administration of the Guptas. Administration. The king was the head of the state. The king was the head of the state. Okay, he ruled efficiently with the help of his ministers. So his main officers were Mahamantri, అంటే ఇంపార్టెంట్ మినిస్టర్, మహాబాలాధికృత్ అండ్ మహాదండనాయక. మహాదండనాయక చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ అని అర్థం. మహాప్రతిహార అంటే చీఫ్ ఆఫ్ ది ప్యాలెస్ గార్డ్స్ అని అర్థం. అండ్ సంధి విగ్రాహిక, దట్ ఈస్ మీన్స్ హీ ఈస్ ఇన్ చార్జ్ ఆఫ్ ది పీస్. he is an important minister in charge of the peace and war. And Kumaramathyas అంటే high official officers అని అర్థం. So the king had many important officers. So some of the important officers were Mahamantri, మహాబాలాధికృత అంటే మహాబాలాధికృత అంటే who is associated with the matters of the registers, royal dues and fines collected and revenue administration లో. అలానే పాలాధికృత కూడా ఉన్నాడు. సో మహాపాలాధికృత, అక్షపాలాధికృతను ఉన్నాడు, మహాపాలాధికృతను ఉన్నాడు అనమాట. మహామంత్రి, మహాపాలాధికృత, మహాదండనాయక, మహాప్రతిహార, సంధి విగ్రాహిక and Kumaramatya etc. were to assist the king with the administration. So the land tax was the main source of the state income. Then the total number of taxes were 18. There were 18 number of different taxes. The entire kingdom was divided into provinces. So that is administrative divisions. First provinces అంటే భుక్తి అనమాట. Bhukti, so the entire kingdom was divided into provinces, that is Bhukti. And provincial rulers or head of the province was Uparika. Uparika was the head of the province. And the provinces again were divided into Vishayas అంటే districts, state districts లాగా. And the head of the district was Vishayapati. And again Vishayas were divided into mandalas and bhogas. And bhoga and the smallest unit of administration was the village. And the officer in charge of the Vishaya was Vishayapati, who worked with the help of Kumaramartyas and Ayuktas. So Vishayapati worked with the help of Kumaramartyas and Ayuktas. And the ruler of the district was helped by district head ఎవరు, Vishayapati కదా. The ruler of the district was helped by Vishayapati was helped by Kumaramatya, Ayukta and Dandik, Dandapasik and Kulak. ఇంతమంది హెల్ప్ చేస్తారనమాట ఒక డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ రూలర్ని. దెన్ ద ఆఫీసర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద విలేజెస్ వేర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ గ్రామణి ఆర్ గ్రామిక అండ్ భోజక, గ్రామిక అండ్ ఇందాక అన్నాం కదా భోగ్ అన్నాం కదా, భోగ్ ఆర్ భోజ్. సో కాబట్టి విలేజ్ మండల్ తర్వాత భోజ్ అని. సో భోజక గ్రామం కాబట్టి గ్రామిక, గ్రామణి. Then in the provincial district and village administration, the representatives of the people, they played a very dynamic role. So as far as past as the Guptan age nunche we can see the representatives of people present in the administration. So then from law excellence, king remained as a central figure of the administration. Then empire was divided into bhuktis, that is provinces. Uparika was the head and Vishayapati was the head, and the villages Gramapati or Gramani or Gramika. Then Guptan monarchs, the Guptan kings adopted the titles of Paramabhattaraka and Chakravarti. Meaning Paramabhattaraka or Chakravarti ante who is the king, means the king as the, it is considered as the king as the divinity on the earth. అంటే ఈ భూమి మీద రాజే దేవుడు అని అర్థం. చక్రవర్తి అంటే పరమ భట్టారక అండ్ చక్రవర్తి అంటే భూమి ఈజ్ ద రాజే దేవుడు, కింగ్ ఈజ్ ద డివైన్ పర్సన్ ఆన్ ది ఎర్త్ అని అర్థం. హవెవర్ ఇన్ స్పైట్ ఆఫ్ ది సుప్రీం పవర్స్ he was expected to follow a righteous path and had certain duties. Okay, the king had certain duties and follow a righteous path in spite of having the supreme powers. So king used to take advice of council of ministers, that is Mahamantri and all, and issue the written instructions to the officials on all important matters. He used to take advice from the council of ministers and he used to issue the written instructions to all the officials on the important matters. Then minister's office అనేది this is an important one. Minister's office at the time of Guptan age was hereditary. సో ఇది ఎక్కడ రాశారు? ఉదయగిరి కేవ్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఆఫ్ చంద్రగుప్త మౌర్య 2లో ఇట్ మెన్షన్స్ దిస్, దట్ minister's office, మహామంత్రి's office was hereditary అని. Then the king was assisted by Mahadandanayaka, who is a chief justice in justice delivery, and Mahamantri was their chief minister, and similarly in the provincial and that is Bhukti and the Vishayas level, the work was entrusted to the Uparikas and Vishayapatis. On the other higher officials of the period were Mahapratihara. Who is Mahapratihara? He is the chief of the palace guards. ప్యాలెస్ని గార్డ్ చేసే పీపుల్ ఉంటారు కదా, సైనికులు, వాళ్ళకి చీఫ్ ఎవరు? మహాప్రతిహార. అండ్ దూతకాస్ ఆర్ అసోసియేటెడ్ విత్ ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ ద గిఫ్ట్స్. అంటే వెన్ గిఫ్ట్స్ వర్ గివెన్ టు ద బ్రాహ్మిన్స్, ల్యాండ్స్ గిఫ్ట్స్గా ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళ బ్రాహ్మిన్స్కి. సో వెన్ ఆ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద గిఫ్ట్స్ టు బ్రాహ్మిన్స్ ఎవరు చేసేవాళ్ళు అంటే దూతకాస్ చేసేవాళ్ళు. దెన్ so there are some important words specified in Karin sir's notes from Guptan administration. Sandhi Vigrahaka అంటే ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అఫైర్స్ మినిస్టర్. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అఫైర్స్ మినిస్టర్ అని ఒక దాంతో రాశారు, ఇంకో దాంతో ఏమో ఇంపార్టెంట్ మినిస్టర్ ఫర్ పీస్ అండ్ వార్ అని రాశారు. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అఫైర్స్ మినిస్టర్ సంధి విగ్రాహక. మహాపాలాధికృత మహాపాల అధికృత మీన్స్ సేనాధిపతి. భాండాగార అధికృత అంటే ట్రెజరర్. ట్రెజరర్. దెన్ కటుక ఆర్ తిరుపతి లాగా పిలుపతి అంటే హీస్ హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిఫెంట్రీ. అశ్వపతి అంటే హెడ్ ఆఫ్ హార్సెస్. నరపతి అంటే హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఫుట్ సోల్జర్స్. రణభాండాగ్రిక అంటే ఆఫీసర్ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ ఆఫ్ ది స్టోర్స్. భాండాగ్రిక అంటే ఆఫీసర్ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ ఆఫ్ స్టోర్స్. దెన్ శౌల్కిక ఆర్ ఉద్రంగిక ట్యాక్స్ కలెక్టర్స్. ఉద్రంగిక ట్యాక్స్ కలెక్టర్స్. మహాదండనాయక చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ ఇన్ జస్టిస్ డెలివరీ. కుమార అమత్యాస్ వచ్చి హై లెవెల్ ఆఫీసర్స్. Then the urban administration was headed by the guilds or the Shrenis. They were the Shrenis, Nigamas and Pugas and Sartavahas, Shrenis, Nigamas and Pugas. This is urban administration was headed by Shrenis or the guilds. They were Shrenis, Nigamas, Pugas and Sartavaha. Military organization or the army. The important department of the administration was the military organization. The main officer of the military was known as the Sandhi Vigrahak. The important minister in charge of peace and war was called as Sandhi Vigrahak. He was the important main officer of the military, and he possessed the right to begin war and conduct the peace treaty. Sandhi Vigrahak had possessed the right to begin the war and to conduct the peace treaty, and Sandhi Vigraha had subordinate officers. His subordinate military officers were Mahasenapati or Mahadandanayaka. Mahasenapati and Mahadandanayaka and Mahapaladikrit. Where are some of the Mahapaladikrit ante సేనాపతి అని చెప్పారు ఇందాక కరీం సార్ నోట్స్లో. సో మహాదండనాయక, మహాసేనాపతి, Paladikrit were the subordinate officers. Mahapaladikrit is one who appoints the soldiers. The Mahapaladikrit is the one who appoints the soldiers anta. Then Bhandagarika is in charge of the military materials. He is in charge of military materials and officer in charge of the military material stores. Bhattashvapati is in charge of infantry and cavalry. Narapati is head of the foot soldiers. Okay, Ashwapati is in charge of the horses. Bhatta Ashwapati is in charge of the cavalry అని చెప్పొచ్చు. And Pilupati is head of the elephants. And Paladikaran was the officer of military. Paladikaran was the officer of military. Paladikrit was one who appoints the soldiers. Paladikaran was officer of military. Then Department of Justice. The Department of Justice in the administration. The judicial system also was well organized. The capital punishment was not given. The hands of the thief or the traitor were cut down. Capital punishment was not given. The hands of the thief or the traitor were cut down. Okay, the king was the highest fountain of justice. His judgment was the final. Okay, according to Narada Smriti, నారదుడు రాసిన స్మృతి మనుస్మృతి లాగా, అకార్డింగ్ టు నారద స్మృతి, దేర్ వర్ 4 kinds of court of justice. That is Kula, Shreni, Guna and government. Kul, Gun, Shreni and government. The first there were conducted by the people. First three అనేవి they were conducted by the people. That is Kula, Guna and Shreni were conducted by the people. They were the different kinds of justices given to people. Kula, Guna and Shreni were different types of justice, and fourth one was government. So the first three were conducted by the people. So his judgment was final. So Narada Smriti. And then industries in under administration. The industrial progress also was satisfactory. Iron industry, gold industry, cotton industry were prevalent. Iron, because ఆ చోటనాగపూర్ ప్లాట్యూలో ఐరన్ దొరుకుతుంది. గోల్డ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, దే హ్యాడ్ ఇష్యూడ్ గోల్డ్ కాయిన్స్, సో గోల్డ్ ఎక్కువే ఉంటుంది. అండ్ కాటన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, బికాస్ వెస్ట్ సైడ్ అంతా దట్ వాస్ రిచ్ బ్లాక్ కాటన్ సాయిల్. సో ఐరన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, కాటన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, టెక్స్టైల్స్ అండ్ గోల్డ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ వాస్ ప్రివేలెంట్. ద సెంటర్స్ ఆఫ్ కాటన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ వర్ గుజరాత్, బెంగాల్ అండ్ తమిళ్ రీజన్స్. గుజరాత్ రీజన్, బెంగాల్ రీజన్ అండ్ తమిళ్ రీజన్స్ వేర్ ది సెంటర్స్ ఆఫ్ కాటన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ. ద ఐరన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ flourished near Delhi, and the ships and boats also were manufactured. Iron industry flourished near Delhi, and the ships and boats also were manufactured. Then trade and commerce. Trade was in a flourishing state. Internal and external trades were in vogue. Then the trade was conducted through the land routes and waterways. Both land routesలో ట్రేడ్ ఉండేది, వాటర్వేస్లో ట్రేడ్ అనేది, ఇంటర్నల్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ట్రేడ్ కూడా ఉండేది. దెన్ పెషావర్, భరూచ్, ఉజ్జయిన్, Varanasi, Prayag, Patliputra, Mathura, Tamralipti, Vaishali were famous trade centers. Peshawar, Bharuch, Ujjaini, Varanasi, Prayag, Patliputra, Mathura, Tamralipti and Vaishali. These were the famous trade centers. Then there was trade with West Asia, China and Tibet was conducted through land route. West Asia, China and Tibet, the trade with them were conducted through land route. Trade with Egypt, Rome, Persia and Greece were conducted through waterways. European trade was conducted through waterways even to Persia. And Bharuch and Tamralipti were main ports. Bharuch and Tamralipti were the main ports of the Guptas. Precious stones, cotton textiles, spices, scented oils, body massage material, powders, perfumes, and ornaments were exported. So, what were the exports? Precious stones, cotton textiles, spices, scented oils, powders or body massage material, then the perfumes, ornaments, they were exported. Then what were the imports? They were gold, silver, copper, tin, silk, camphor, horses, and dates were imported. Then gold and silver coins were used for trade purposes. Then at some places the barter system also was in vogue for coins వచ్చినప్పటికీ ఇన్ని ఇయర్స్ coins వచ్చినప్పటికీ barter system also was in vogue for trade. All the routes of the land and waters were well guarded. This is very important. All the land and waterways routes were well guarded to avoid the looters. Then revenue administration. The land revenue and the fines formed an important source of revenue for the state. Source of income. It's an important source of income. Land revenue and the fines, both fines and land revenue, important source of income. So who was the one who collected the land revenue and the fines? He was Akshapataladhikrita, he was the official who saw into the matters into registrars and recovered the royal dues and fines. He recovered the royal dues and fines and he saw into matters of the registrars. Akshapataladhikrita, and 1/6 of the produce should be it was claimed as the royal revenue and in addition there were uparikaras levied on the uparikara అనేది also కూడా it's a tax levied on the intercity. uparikara అంటే Uparika ante Bukti or provincial head. Uparikara was a tax that was levied on intercity trade. ఒక సిటీ నుంచి ఇంకో సిటీకి తీసుకెళ్తే దెన్ ఉపారికార అనే ట్యాక్స్ వాస్ లేడ్ ఆన్ ఇట్ ఆన్ ఇంటర్సిటీ ట్రేడ్ ఇన్ క్లాత్ అండ్ ఆయిల్ పైన ఉపారికార అనే ట్యాక్స్ లే చేసేవాళ్ళు. అండ్ సుల్కం అనే ట్యాక్స్ కూడా ఉండేది. ఇట్ వాస్ అ కమర్షియల్ ట్యాక్స్. ఇట్ వాస్ అనదర్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ కమర్షియల్ ట్యాక్స్ దట్ వాస్ లైక్ సుల్కం అండ్ ఉపారికార. And Bhaga was the tax. Land revenue and the fines were the important in state's income. The economy in the Gupta age. Agriculture, production of the crafts and commerce were important activities. So again from all in one first chadvedam. The agricultural crops constituted the main resources which the society produced, and the major part of the revenue of the state came from the agricultural produce. Agricultural crops were the main resources for the society. ఓకే, మెయిన్ రిసోర్సెస్ అక్కడి నుంచి ఫుడ్ వస్తుంది అండ్ అగ్రికల్చరల్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ నుంచి మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది రెవెన్యూ ఆఫ్ ద స్టేట్ వచ్చేది. ద వేరియస్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ది ల్యాండ్స్ ఆర్ మెన్షన్డ్ ఇన్ ద ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్స్ ఆర్ ల్యాండ్ అండర్ కల్టివేషన్. ల్యాండ్ అండర్ ది కల్టివేషన్ వాస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ క్షేత్ర. క్షేత్ర వాస్ ల్యాండ్ అండర్ కల్టివేషన్. గుడి కాబట్టి దాంట్లో నుంచి వస్తుంది కాబట్టి క్షేత్ర. కిలా వాస్ అన్కల్టివబుల్ ల్యాండ్. కిలా అంటే అన్కల్టివబుల్ ల్యాండ్. అప్రహత వాజ్ ది ఫారెస్ట్ ల్యాండ్. అప్రహత was a forest land. Gopatasara was a pasture land. గోవు అంటే ఆవు. Gopatasara was the pasture land. And Vasti was the habitable land. అంటే వేర్ యూ కెన్ నివసించడం. సో Vasti was the habitable land. So it was Kshetra, cultivable land, Kila, uncultivable land, Aprahata, forest land, Gopatasara, pasture land, and Vasti, habitable land. Guptas issued the largest number of gold coins which were called as dinars. The largest number of gold coins which were called as dinars in their inscriptions. దినార్స్ అని కూడా వాళ్ళు ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్స్లోనే చెప్పారు. ల్యాండ్స్ పేర్లు కూడా వాళ్ళు ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్స్లోనే మెన్షన్ చేశారు. దెన్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ట్యాక్సెస్ దట్ వేర్ లెవైడ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ది గుప్తాస్. ద టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ట్యాక్సెస్ ఆల్రెడీ కొన్ని చూసాము. ఉపరికార అండ్ సుల్కమ్స్ అండ్ సమ్ అదర్ సుల్క వాస్ కమర్షియల్ ట్యాక్స్. దెన్ కల్పిత ఆర్ ఉపకిల్ప వాస్ సేల్స్ ట్యాక్స్ ఆర్ పర్చేస్ ట్యాక్స్. కల్పిత ఆర్ ఉపకిల్ప, it was the sales tax or the purchase tax. Kalpita, Utkilpta, and Halivakar or Halidanda. Halidanda was Hali ante plow అని గుర్తుపెట్టుకో. హలివాకర్ హలిదంద. హలి అంటే ప్లవ్, సో ఇట్ వాస్ ద ట్యాక్స్ ఆన్ ప్లవింగ్. దెన్ బాలి అంటే అడిషనల్ ఒప్రెసివ్ ట్యాక్స్ ఆన్ పీపుల్. ఒప్రెసివ్ అంటే వాళ్ళని ఇది ఇది చే ఒప్రెషన్కి గురి చేసే ట్యాక్స్. బాలి వాజ్ ది ఏన్షియంట్ ట్యాక్స్. ఆ పేరు అలానే వచ్చేది. భోగ్ వాజ్ ది బాగ్ కదా, అది బాగా వాజ్ ది కింగ్స్ షేర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్. కింగ్స్ షేర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్. భాగా వాజ్ ది జనరల్ ట్రిబ్యూట్ టు ద కింగ్. భాగ్ అంటే బాగా వాజ్ కింగ్స్ షేర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్. దెన్ బాలి వాజ్ అడిషనల్ ఒప్రెసివ్ ట్యాక్స్. దెన్ ప్రతయ వాజ్ టోల్ ట్యాక్స్. టోల్ ట్యాక్స్. ఒక సిటీ ఒక ప్లేస్ ఎంటర్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు టోల్ బయట కడతాం కదా, దట్ ఈస్ ప్రతయ. బట్ ఉపరికార వాజ్ అ ట్యాక్స్ ఇంటర్సిటీ ట్యాక్స్ లేడ్ ఆన్ ది క్లాత్ అండ్ ఆయిల్. దెన్ బట్టా వాజ్ ది పోలీస్ ట్యాక్స్. Bhatta was police tax. Chata was security tax. Chat was security tax. And Bedak Bog was irrigation tax. సో ఇందాకే చదివాం 18 రకాల ట్యాక్స్లు లెవై చేసేవాళ్ళు గుప్తన్ ఏజ్లో ఉన్న పీపుల్ అని. దెన్ అగ్రికల్చర్ ఇందాకే చూసాం. The agriculture, production of the crafts and commerce were important activities. So measurement of the land was done. మెజర్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద ల్యాండ్ని ముందే ల్యాండ్ని మెజర్ చేసి పెట్టుకున్నారు అనమాట ఫర్ ది రెవెన్యూ పర్పసెస్ కోసం. దట్ ఈస్ టర్మ్స్ లైక్ నివర్తన, కుల్యవాప అండ్ ద్రోణవాప వేర్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ మెజర్మెంట్. ల్యాండ్ని మెజర్ చేసేవాళ్ళు. వాట్ వేర్ ద టర్మ్స్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ మెజర్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది ల్యాండ్? నివర్తన, కుల్యవాప అండ్ ద్రోణవాప అనే టర్మ్స్ వేర్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ మెజర్మెంట్స్. దెన్ వాట్ వేర్ ది crops that were grown? That is wheat, barley, paddy, millets, cotton, vegetables, pulses, cash crops like cotton and sugar cane, groundnuts. Then jute was grown. For example, we'll just wheat, paddy, millets, barley, pulses, vegetables ఒక పక్కకు పెట్టేద్దాం. ఫ్రూట్స్, వెజిటబుల్స్ ఇవి. నెక్స్ట్ క్యాష్ క్రాప్స్ వచ్చి cotton, sugar cane, groundnuts, jute, oil seeds. So all and different kinds of spices. These were grown. Then state provided for irrigational facilities, and the state provided for the irrigational facilities, and there was a mechanism known as gati yantra, also called as aragatta, to provide water to the fields. This was already present from the Shatavahana period, so maybe at the same time maybe it has been improvised. The technology has been taken forward. So the state had provided the irrigational facilities for the people, and there was a mechanism called as Ghati Yantra, and it was also called as Ghati Yantra or Araghatta, to provide water to the fields. The land became a commodity of exchange. It is being sold, and it was given as gift to other people. The land then gramikas, kutumbikas, gramikas, kutumbikas, and mahattaras. Gramikas, kutumbikas and mahattaras were residents of villages. గ్రామిక అంటే గ్రామాల హెడ్, కుటుంబికాస్ అంటే కుటుంబ హెడ్స్, అండ్ మహత్తరాస్ అంటే వేరే మంచి వాళ్ళు. మహత్తరాస్ వేర్ ద రెసిడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ది విలేజెస్, యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ల్యాండ్ ఓనర్స్ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ ద డెసిషన్స్ ఓవర్ ది ల్యాండ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్. ఓకే, ఎవరెవరు వీళ్ళు రెసిడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద విలేజెస్ వీళ్ళు, అండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ రెసిడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద విలేజెస్ అండ్ ద ల్యాండ్ ఓనర్స్, దే ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ ద డెసిషన్స్ ఓవర్ ది ల్యాండ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్. ఓకే, ఆర్డినరీ కల్టివేటర్స్ వేర్ నోన్ యాజ్ కృషిబాల, కర్షక ఆర్ కినాస్. ఆర్డినరీ కల్టివేటర్స్ వేర్ నోన్ యాజ్ కృషిబాల or karshakas or kinas, and crafts production and trade. So the crafts produced consisted of domestic use items, and luxury items. Crafts that were produced, they consisted of domestic use items and the luxury items. Some items were manufactured and others were traded. Some items were manufactured and traded, and others were just traded. Some representatives of the merchants involved in the administration of the district headquarters, that is some representatives of the merchants, అంటే ఈ గిల్డ్స్ శ్రేణీస్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళు representatives of the merchants, they involved in the administration also, administration of the district headquarters also. ఇందాక చూసాం urban city administration was done by the guilds. So they were Nagarasetti and the Sartavahanas అంటే క్యారవాన్ ట్రేడర్. క్యారవాన్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, ట్రేడర్స్ యొక్క క్యారవాన్స్, వాళ్ళ ట్రేడర్స్ యొక్క లీడర్. సో నగరశెట్టి అండ్ సార్తవాహనాస్ వేర్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్స్ ఆఫ్ ది మర్చెంట్స్ who also involved in the district administration. Organizations like Shrenis existed which regulated the conduct of its members. Okay, Nagarsetti and Sartavahanas. So inequalities existed in status and the పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్ ది క్రాఫ్ట్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళ మధ్య ఇన్ఈక్వాలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇన్ఈక్వాలిటీస్ ఎగ్జిస్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద స్టేటస్ అండ్ పొజిషన్ ఇన్ ద క్రాఫ్ట్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ద సువర్ణకారాస్, ద గోల్డ్ స్మిత్స్ వేర్ అట్ హయ్యర్ పొజిషన్ దాన్ ద కుంభకారాస్. Kumbhakaras were the potters and Suvarnakaras were goldsmith. The Suvarnakaras, goldsmiths were at higher position than the Kumbhakaras, potters at the lower position. These different craft producers formed as jatis. The different occupation batti, the different craft producers, they formed their own jatis or castes. By the end of the Gupta period, there was a decline of trade and cities, a prerequisite for a process called urban decay. It was a prerequisite for a process called urban decay. So by the end of the Gupta period, there was a decline in trade and cities. Currency also comes under economy కాబట్టి ఇక్కడే చదివేస్తున్నాం. Currency, the art of minting the coins had greatly developed. Coins were made of precious metals and they were carved beautifully. The interest of the emperors were reflected in the carved pictures. Those carved pictures. Gold and silver coins were struck in large numbers. On the coins of Chandragupta I, his name along with the name of Kumaradevi, his queen, were inscribed. On the other side was the picture of a Durga Mata seated on a lion. The best specimen of Gupta coins are the horse and the lion type of coins struck by Samudragupta. The best specimen of the Gupta coins were the horse and the lion coins struck by Samudragupta. Then comes the society and religion. Varna based social order. Varnalu unde appudu Varna system was there. Varna based social order was there as an ideal society was recognized by Guptan state. Varna based social order was recognized as an ideal society. Recognized as an ideal society by Gupta state. So increased land grants to the Brahmins. There was increased land grants given to Brahmins and the rise of Brahmana settlements called as Brahmadiyas and Agraharas. Agraharalu ఎక్కువ అయ్యాయట because the land grants giving to the Brahmins had increased. Okay, so because of that, rise of Brahmana settlements called as Brahmadiyas and Agraharas. Then jatis had emerged were fictitious or were given fictitious origin like Varna Sankaras. అంటే జాతీస్ విచ్ ఎమర్జ్డ్ వేర్ గివెన్ ద ఫిక్షియస్ ఆరిజిన్ లైక్ వర్ణ సంకరాస్ అనేవాళ్ళంట, దాన్ని సంకరణమైందని. సో ఇన్ టైమ్స్ ఆఫ్ డిస్ట్రెస్ ద ధర్మశాస్త్ర సే వర్ణ సోషల్ ఆర్డర్ క్యాన్ బి డీవియేటెడ్. ఇన్ ద టైమ్స్ ఆఫ్ డిస్ట్రెస్ ద ధర్మశాస్త్ర సే ఆ వర్ణ సోషల్ ఆర్డర్ అనేది ఇట్ కెన్ బి డీవియేటెడ్. దేర్ వర్ గ్రూప్స్ లైక్ చండాలాస్ who were kept out of the four varna system. who were kept out of the 4-4 Varna system, the Chandalas. Then what was the condition of the women? The condition of the women from higher Varna were given lower positions. In some cases they were treated as Shudras. Women and Shudras were treated in the same way. Women of the higher Varnas also were given a very low position. They were sometimes treated as Shudras, though the position of the women was not satisfactory and they had no property rights, yet in the family they enjoyed an honorable place. The society law they did not have a satisfactory place, but yet in the family they enjoyed an honorable place. Though there were female teachers, yet they were female teachers ఉండేవాళ్ళు అప్పట్లోనే, yet the child marriages were in vogue. రిక్వేదిక్ టైం, లేటర్ రిక్వేదిక్ పీరియడ్లో చైల్డ్ మ్యారేజెస్ అనేవి ప్రివేల్ అయ్యాయి. మళ్ళీ ఆ తర్వాత మధ్యలో స్టాప్ అయ్యాయి. ఐ థింక్ శాతవాహనస్ డిడ్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ చైల్డ్ మ్యారేజెస్. But in Gupta period, although they were female teachers, the child marriages were in vogue. So there were some very educated philosopher and doctor females also. They were doctors in the females, they were very educated, and they were philosophers also in the females. Okay, widows were expected to lead a pious and simple and moral life. Widows were expected to lead a simple, pious and moral life. The sati system prevailed among the higher classes. See, all the social evils అన్నీ ఉండేవన్నమాట. Child marriages were there, widow remarriage was not there. The sati system had prevailed in the higher castes, and the women had the right over the Stridhan. Stridhanam మీద women had the right over the Stridhan. Prabhavati Gupta, and the women were not free and independent. Women, they were not free and independent. They were always kept under the protection of men, and in the name of their security many evils crept into their life. The name of their security, many evils had crept into their life, and there is an absence of evidence to prove that the land grants were given to the women Brahmanas also. బ్రాహ్మణాస్కి ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళని చెప్పారు, కానీ విమెన్ బ్రాహ్మణాస్కి కూడా ల్యాండ్ గ్రాంట్స్ ఇచ్చాయని దేర్ ఇస్ నో ప్రూఫ్ ఇస్ అబ్సెంట్. దెన్ అబౌట్ ద రిలీజియన్ ఆఫ్ Guptan age. The Guptan age is renowned for the development of religion. The Hinduism found its present shape in Guptan age. It found its present shape అంటే పీక్లో ఉండేది. The emperors were staunch believers in Hinduism. Then Vishnu was their cherished god. Vishnu ఇందాక కూడా చెప్పాను, Samudragupta was a ardent devotee of Vishnu. So Vishnu was their cherished god. So the Vaishnava and the Shaiva cults of Hinduism were quite flourished. The Vaishnava cult and the Shaivism cult of Hinduism both had flourished, and Buddhism and Jainism also developed. Then from La Excellence, Buddhism no longer received royal patronage in the Guptan period. Then the two popular gods of this period were Vishnu and Shiva, the Vaishnava and the Shaiva cults. Then Vishnu Purana, consisting of numerous legends of Vishnu, a law book called the Vishnu Smriti was named after this god. Vishnu Purana, Vishnu Smriti. Vishnu Purana was consisting of the numerous legends of Vishnu, and there was a law book called Vishnu Smriti also. Vishnu Purana, Vishnu Smriti. Vishnu Smriti is a law book. A famous Vaishnava work, that is Bhagavad Gita, which taught the devotion to Lord Krishna, and it stressed the performance of the functions assigned to each varna. It stressed the performance of the నీ వర్ణం, నీ జాతికి, నీకేదైతే నువ్వు క్షత్రియుడైతే నీ క్షత్రియ ధర్మం నువ్వు పాటించాలి. సో ఆల్ దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ performance it stressed, Bhagavad Gita had stressed the performance of the functions that is assigned to each varna appeared during this period. అంటే అర్జునుడికి చెప్తాడు కృష్ణుడు, నువ్వు క్షత్రియుడు, నువ్వు యుద్ధం చేసి ధర్మం నిలబెట్టాలి, సో అది నీ ధర్మం, సో దానికి నువ్వు వెల్ఫేర్ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ చూడాలి, కాబట్టి ఇది తప్పు కాదు వార్ చేసి పీపుల్ని చెప్పడం. సో ఆల్ దిస్ హ్యాడ్ ఎవాల్వ్డ్ అట్ దిస్ పీరియడ్. ద Bhagavad Gita had famous Vaishnava book Bhagavad Gita appeared during this period. Bhagavad Gita appeared during the Gupta period. Then ideal worship in the temples also became famous. Ideal worship in the temples also became very much common. Then agricultural festivals were given religious garb and color. Agricultural festivals kuda they were given the religious color. religious color. Then like Sankranti, like Guptas were tolerant towards different religious sects also. Then comes to science of the Guptan age, mathematics, physics, metallurgy, chemistry, astrology, medicine, maths, physics, chemistry, metallurgy, and astrology and medicine. And they flourished in the Guptan age. Aryabhatta was a famous astrologer of the Guptan age. Aryabhatta was a famous astrologer of the Guptan age, and he wrote a book called Aryabhattiyam, in which he analyzed the arithmetic, algebra and geometry analyze చేశారు in Aryabhattiyam. Aryabhatta had proved that the earth moves on its axis. Then his works were further advanced by last Pradyuman Uday Nandir. Last అనే పర్సన్ ప్రద్యుమన్ ఉదయ్ నందిర్ అనే పీపుల్ ఇద్దరు, అండ్ వరాహ మిహిర ఆల్సో టుక్ హీ ఫర్దర్ అడ్వాన్స్ ది వర్క్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్యభట్ట. వరాహ మిహిర, ప్రద్యుమ్న ఉదయ్ నందిర్, and last the book Brihat Samhita, which was written by Varaha Mihira, can be called as the storehouse of knowledge. It can be called as the storehouse of knowledge, or it is also called as the encyclopedia. Brihat Samhita, written by Varaha Mihira. Then Brahma Siddhanta is a famous work on astronomy. The books of high standards such as Sapta Panchasika and Vashishta Siddhanta were written in this period. Astronomy పైన రాసిన బుక్ ఏది? బ్రహ్మ సిద్ధాంత was a famous book on astronomy, and the books of high standards such as Sapta Panchasika and Vashishta Siddhanta. Brahma Siddhanta, Vashishta Siddhanta and Sapta Panchasika were some of the famous books of this period. Brahma Siddhanta was an astronomy. The science of medicine developed in, and Dhanvantari and Susruta were famous doctors of this age. Science of medicine had developed, and Dhanvantari and Susruta were famous doctors of this age. The book on medicine is known as Navneet Kram. The book on the medicine were called as Navneet Kram, and the two books, Hastyayurveda and Ashwashastra. Hasta Ayurveda and Ashwam ante horse. Ashwashastra and Hastayurveda were written on the treatment of animals. Very good. Hastayurveda and Ashwashastra were the books written for the treatment of animals, veterinary books. Dhanvantari discovered many new medicines. He wrote a book called Rasa Chikitsa. Rasalato Chikitsa. Dhanvantari wrote a book called Rasa Chikitsa. Then he proved that various metals like gold, silver, iron and copper etc. they have medicinal value and the capacity to cure the diseases. He proved that various metals like gold, silver, iron and copper, they have medicinal value and have capacity to cure diseases. And Susruta wrote Susruta Charita on it is a book on surgeries anamata, medical surgeries. So books on maths, books on astronomy, then books on medicine in science gurinchi. Then the literature of the Guptas, it is very very important. The Niti Sara of Kamandaka, who is the disciple of Kautilya, it deals with the statecraft of the post-Mauryan politics. తో డీల్ చేస్తుంది. The book gives the details of Chandragupta I. The book gives details of Chandragupta I. In the court of Chandragupta II, there were 9 poets called as Navaratnas, and this was mentioned in Jyotirvidha Bharana, which was attributed to Kalidasa. నవరత్నాలు ఉన్నారు చంద్రగుప్తుడికి కాలం కోర్టులో అని చెప్పి ఇట్ వాస్ మెన్షన్డ్ ఇన్ ద బుక్ కాల్డ్ జ్యోతిర్విద భరణ విచ్ వాస్ అట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ టు కాళిదాస. ద కోర్ట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద గుప్తాస్ వాస్ సాంస్క్రిట్. దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ద కోర్ట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద గుప్తాస్ రాయల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ వాస్ సాంస్క్రిట్. ఇట్ కంటిన్యూడ్ ఫ్రమ్ కుంతల శాతకర్ణి నుంచి దే మేడ్ సాంస్క్రిట్ చేసుకున్నారు కదా అప్పుడు. సో in Gupta period also the court language of Guptas was Sanskrit. Ornate style of Sanskrit is used in the writings. Ornate style of Sanskrit is used in the writings. It is a deviation from the traditional Sanskrit writing. So the Sanskrit that we see in the Guptan age is a deviation from the traditional Sanskrit writing. It is an ornate style of Sanskrit writing. So some scholars were Amarasimha, who was a Sanskrit grammarian, and he was a poet who wrote Amarakosha. It was a grammar dictionary anukunta. Amarasimha was a Sanskrit grammarian. It is a Sanskrit dictionary. Amarakosha was a Sanskrit dictionary written by Amarasimha. And Dhanvantari wrote Ayurveda. ఇందాక చూసాం హస్త ఆయుర్వేద. And Varahamihira wrote Brihat Samhita, which deals with architecture, temples and planet. Brihat Samhita, it is written by Varahamihira. It is a storehouse of knowledge and it deals with architecture, temples and planets అన్నిటి గురించి ఉంది దాంతో చూడు. బృహత్, that is why it is called as encyclopedia, storehouse of knowledge. It deals with architecture గురించి డీల్ చేస్తుంది, temples గురించి డీల్ చేస్తుంది, planets గురించి. బృహత్ సంహిత written by Varahamihira, and then he was inspired from Aryabhatta, Varahamihira. Then Devi Chandraguptam of Vishakadatta deals with the king Ramagupta and his wife Dhruva Devi. It deals with King Ramagupta and his wife Dhruva Devi got abducted by the Shakas, and then Chandragupta too attacks Shakas and gets her and will marry her after killing his brother Ramagupta. So this is Devi Chandraguptam. Her name was Dhruva Devi Chandragupta. కాబట్టి దేవి చంద్రగుప్తం deals with the king Ramagupta and his wife Dhruva Devi, who got abducted by Shakas. Then Chandragupta too attacks Shakas and will get her and will marry her after killing his brother Ramagupta. Then Mricha Katika of Sudraka, it is dated to early 5th century AD. It deals with love relationship between young man Charudatta and Vasanta Sena. It deals with the love relationship between an young man Charudatta and Vasanta Sena, a rich courtesan in the Gupta period. It is an entertainment play, Mricha Katika by Shudraka. And Katha Sarita Sagara by Somadeva. It was Katha Sarita Sagara written by Somadeva in the 11th century. It is adopted from the Gunadyas. Brihat Katha. Brihat Samhita was by Varahamihira. Brihat Katha was by Gunadya. It was adapted by Katha Sarita Sagara, 11th century. It was adapted by Gunadya's Brihat Katha. Then most popular writer of this period was Kalidasa. Then his surviving works are 3 plays, 2 epics and 2 short poems. They are Malavika Agnimitram. It is a love affair between the king Agnimitra of Shunga dynasty and a servant girl Malavika. Then Abhignana Shakuntalam, it is a love story between the king Dushyant, who on a hunting trip meets Shakuntala, adopted a daughter of a sage, and he marries her. Abhignana Shakuntalam, Dushyantudu Shakuntala. Then Vikram Orvasiyam, it is a story between a mortal king Pururavas. It is a story between a mortal king Pururavas and celestial nymph Urvashi. అదే రంభ ఊర్వశి, మేనక ఊర్వశి ఉంది కదా. సో విక్రమ్ ఓర్వశీయం, స్టోరీ బిట్వీన్ mortal king Pururavas and celestial nymph Urvasi. So important aspects of the plays written during the period where these are all comedies. We do not come across tragedies. Okay, these are all comedies. The characters of higher and lower classes do not speak the same language. Okay, women and Shudras featuring these plays use Prakrit. Women and Shudras featuring in these plays use Prakrit. Characters are of higher and lower classes, do not speak same language. So this period saw the compilation of the two epics, that is Ramayana, Mahabharata and idi kuda Bhagavad Gita kuda. So this period saw the compilation of the two epics Ramayana and Mahabharata. The period also witnessed scientific works of Aryabhatta, wrote Aryabhattiyam, which introduced decimal system. Varahamihira's Romaka Siddhanta, Romaka Siddhanta, and Brihat Katha also, Brihat Samhita by Varahamihira, Romaka Siddhanta also. And Brahmagupta, he is a precede Newton in the theory of gravitation. He preceded Newton. Brahmagupta had preceded Newton in the theory of gravitation. That's why he is called as Indian Newton Ankuta. So his works, Brahmaspotaka Siddhanta and Kandakandyaka. So Brahmagupta's two books were, he is an Indian Newton. He preceded Newton in the theory of gravitation. Brahmaspotaka Siddhanta and Kandakandyaka was written by Kandakandyaka was written by Brahmagupta. So amazing progress was made in the field of education and literature. Kasi, Mathura, Nasik, Padmavati, Ujjaini, Avarpur, Vallabhi, Patliputra and Kanchi were the main centers of education. Kasi, Mathura, Nasik, Padmavati, Ujjaini, Avarpur, Vallabhi, Patliputra and Kanchi were the main centers of education. The rich donated generously for the spread of the education. And in the Gupta age, the literature of Hinduism, Jainism and Buddhism were compiled. Many important literatures of Hinduism, Jainism and Buddhism were compiled, and final shape was given to Ramayana and Mahabharata. Vatsayana wrote his Kama Sutra and Vishnu Sharma wrote Panchatantra. The Puranas, Narada Smriti, Brihaspati Smriti and Dharma Sutras were also compiled in the Gupta age. So Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita కాదు, విష్ణు శర్మస్ పంచతంత్ర, పురాణాలు వచ్చి పురాణాల్లో నారద స్మృతి, బృహస్పతి స్మృతి అండ్ ధర్మశాస్త్రాస్ were also compiled in the Gupta age. Ishwar Krishna అనే అతను he wrote Sankhya Karika. Ishwar Krishna wrote Sankhya Karika. In Sanskrit, Kalidas wrote Kumara Sambhavam, Meghdootam, Abhignana Shakuntalam, Kumara Sambhavam, Meghdootam, Raghuvansham, then Ritu Samharam, and Sanskrit was national language spoken by the majority. Then Vishakadatta wrote Mudra Rakshasa and Devi Chandraguptam. Then Bhatti wrote Ravanavada. Sudrak wrote Mrichakatika. Then Basa wrote Swapna Vasavadatta. Dandi wrote Daskumara Charita. Dandi wrote Dasakumara Charitra. Then the famous scholars of this age were Harisena, Veerasena, Kalidasa, Vishakadatta. Harisena was a poet. Veerasena was a grammarian. Among Buddhist scholars were Asanga, Vasubandhu, Dignaga, Dharmapala, and among the Jaina scholars were Upeshwati, Siddhasena and Bhadrabahu too. So among the Buddhist scholars were Asanga, Vasubandhu, Dignaga and Dharmapala. Jaina scholars vachi Upeshwati, Siddhasena, Bhadrabahu too. Then architecture of the Guptas, art and architecture of Buddhas. Buddhist caves were built by the Guptas. Ekkadekada unnai Buddhist caves? Bhag in MP, Ajanta in Maharashtra. Some of the 31 caves were built by the Guptas. Ajanta caves, some were built by Guptas, some were built by Shatavahanas. Bhag in Madhya Pradesh. And 20 Hindu cave temples Hindu cave temples at Udaigiri. At Udaigiri in Madhya Pradesh were built by Guptas. 20 Hindu cave temples in Udaigiri. Then they were the earliest Hindu cave temples, which the Guptas built were the earliest Hindu cave temples, and they built structural temples, normal structural temples at Kankali Devi temple. Kankali Devi temple at Tigwa in Jabalpur. Jabalpurlo Kankali Devi temple. Parvati Mahadeva at Nachana Kutara in Madhya Pradesh. Parvati Mahadeva Nachana Kutara in Madhya Pradesh. Vishnu and Varaha temple at Eran. Varaha was there. వరాహ స్వామి వాజ్ దేర్ గాడ్, అంటే వాళ్ళ డైనాసిటీ యొక్క మూల దేవుడు అనమాట గుప్తాస్కి. విష్ణు అండ్ వరాహ టెంపుల్ అట్ ఏరన్ ఇన్ మధ్యప్రదేశ్. దెన్ శివ టెంపుల్ అట్ భూమారా in Madhya Pradesh. A ruined temple at Vitari laga ruined temple at Vitarigaon, Kanpur. Dasavatara temple at Deoghar, UP. Dasavatara temple in Deoghar, UP. And Ajanta architectures. A number of temples, caves, chaityas, viharas and stupas and palaces were built in Gupta age. Many new cities with the palaces with palatial buildings were constructed in this period. They were constructed on baked bricks and stones. All these buildings, palaces and all these temples, they were constructed out of the baked bricks and stones. The Dashavata temple of Deoghar near Jhansi, and the temple of Deoghar near Jhansi, and the temple of Bhitargaon, and a ruined temple in Bhitargaon near at Kanpur అనుకున్నామా. See the Dashavatara temple near the Dashavatara temple of Deoghar near Jhansi, and the temple of Bhitargaon, Bheetar Gaon, and the temple at Bhitargaon at Kanpur, and the Bhumara temple, Bhumara Shiva temple at Nagaur. The Bhumara Shiva temple at Nagaur and the Shiva temples of Parvati Mahadeva, all temple at Nachana Kutara are the best specimens of the Gupta architecture. Then comes to sculptures. The Indian art had become free of the Gandhar influences, and the pure Indian style of the sculptures prevailed. The pure Indian style of sculptures prevailed. It had become free of the Gandhar influences. Because they were started by Indo-Greeks. Then the idols of gods were made in large numbers. Vishnu, Shiva, Parvati, Brahma, Buddha and Jaina Tirthankaras were the main gods to be sculpted idols. Then decorated halo and transparent cloths, postures and sitting postures were the basic features of these idols. Decorated hollow and transparent cloths and sitting postures were the basic features of these idols. The Buddha idol of the Sarnath, idol of Vardhamana Mahavira. దీనికంతా ఇంకా ఉండాలి, స్పెసిమెన్స్ ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి దీనికి, ఏవేవి ఎంతెంత ఉన్నాయో చూద్దాం. బుద్ధ ఐడల్ ఆఫ్ సారనాథ్, ఐడల్ ఆఫ్ వర్ధమాన మహావీర అట్ మథుర, ది ఐడియల్ ఆఫ్ వరాహస్వామి incarnation of Vidisha, the Seshasaini Vishnu and the Govardhanadhari Krishna are the best specimens of the Buddha art. The Seshasaini Vishnu, the Govardhanadhari Krishna, Varahaswami incarnation, Vishnu Varaha at Eran అనుకున్నాం కదా, Eran or Vishnu Varaha incarnation of Vidisha. Then idol of Vardhamana Mahavira at Mathura, and the copper image of Buddha which is of 7.5 feet and of 1 ton, which is found at Sultanganj in in Bihar. The copper image of Buddha of 7.5 feet and 1 ton, which was found at Sultanganj in Bihar. Then Varaha sculpture at Udaigiri, ఇక్కడేమో వైదిష అన్నారు, మేబీ ఇట్స్ ద సేమ్. ద వరాహ స్కల్ప్చర్ అట్ ఉదయగిరి మధ్యప్రదేశ్ వాజ్ ది ఫ్యామిలీ గాడ్ ఆఫ్ గుప్తాస్. Then comes the style of temples. style. There are three different styles of building temples that had emerged in Guptan age. That is Shikara style, that is the northern or the Nagara style. Shikara style, northern style or the Nagara style, and Dravida style, the South Indian style. The difference between the both the styles is the shape of the Vimana. Northern style was developed by Guptas and the southern style was developed by Pallavas. Shikara style or the northern style, Shikara northern style developed by Guptas, Dravida style, South Indian style was developed by the Pallavas. So the difference between both the styles is the shape of the Vimana Mandapam. And the Vesara style was developed in the Deccan by Chalukyas of Badami Chalukyas or the Western Chalukyas. They had developed in the Deccan the Vesara style of temple architecture. Then comes to paintings. It developed to the maximum. The paintings in the Gupta age developed to maximum. The naturality, the beauty, the liveliness were the main qualities of the Gupta painting, and the best specimens of the Gupta paintings are the paintings of Ajanta paintings. The subject of the paintings were animals, birds, trees, flowers, leaves, etc., and human figures, and then the Jataka stories and the stories based on the books of Jatakas. The Jataka stories and stories based on some important books of this period. And the Ajanta paintings. The Ajanta paintings are the greatest specimens of the Buddhist art in the Gupta times is provided by the Ajanta paintings. They are the greatest specimens of the Buddhist art in the Gupta times is provided by Ajanta paintings. The paintings in the cave number 9 and the 10, they belong to the 1st and 2nd century BC. Ajanta paintings of the maybe Shatavahana చేయించుంటారేమో. The cave 9 and 10 లో ఉన్న paintings, Ajanta paintings belong to 1st and 2nd century BC. Then the cave number 10 belongs to the early Guptan age, approximately 350 AD. కేవ్ నెంబర్ 10లో ఉన్న పెయింటింగ్స్ మటుకు ఎర్లీ గుప్తన్ ఏజ్ 350 ADలో చేశారంటే. అండ్ పెయింటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద కేవ్ నెంబర్ 1 and 2 బిలాంగ్స్ టు ద పోస్ట్ గుప్తన్ ఏజ్. కేవ్ 1 అండ్ కేవ్ 2లో ఉన్న పెయింటింగ్స్ మటుకు పోస్ట్ గుప్తన్ ఏజ్. కేవ్ 9 and 10లో ఉన్న పెయింటింగ్స్ వచ్చి ఇన్ 1st and 2nd century BC. అండ్ కేవ్ 10లో కొన్ని పెయింటింగ్స్ మటుకు 350 ADలో వేశారు. దెన్ according to current sources, Ajanta is present in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, and it is a World Heritage Site. It is a combination of art, architecture, paintings which are entirely Buddhist. The theme వచ్చి entirely it is Buddhist. Art, architecture కానీ, art కానీ, and the paintings కానీ. There are 31 caves in a horseshoe caves, horseshoe shape లో ఉన్నాయి, which were chaityas and viharas, of the Buddhist monks. ఆ 31 caves వచ్చి. Then the mural paintings are also found in many caves. Which are directly painted on the roofs and walls. Mural paintings actually which are painted on the roofs and walls. Animals are depicting the mythological stories. So which are painted on roofs and walls depicting the mythological stories from the Buddhist books and the Jatakas. Depicting the mythological stories from the Buddhist books and Jatakas. The Buddhist books were written in Pali describing the stories of Buddha and Bodhisattvas were Jatakas. Jatakas ante enti? The Buddhist books which were written in the language of Pali which describes the stories of Buddha, life stories of Buddha and the Bodhisattvas are Jatakas. Then the content of the Jatakas are in the paintings of the caves. The content of those Jataka booksలో ఉన్న కంటెంట్ మొత్తం ఆ పెయింటింగ్స్ రూపంలో కేవ్లో గీసేశారు. The sculptures depicting the Buddhist practices also were found. The sculptures కూడా ఉన్నాయి కేవ్లో which were depicting the Buddhist practices. అప్పుడు బుద్ధిస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఎలా ఉండేవో అవన్నీ స్కల్ప్చర్స్ ఫామ్లో చేసి కేవ్స్లో పెట్టున్నారు. The Ajanta caves were the patronage of various kings dating back to 2nd century BC to 8th century AD. This is very good. The Ajanta caves were patronages of various kings dating back to 2nd century BC to 8th century AD. So from law excellence, what do we read about art and architecture? Samudragupta and Chandragupta II were patrons of They were patrons of art and architecture and literature. The Samudragupta was represented on the coins as playing the veena, and most Guptan art is religious in nature. It is religious in nature, relating to religion and art మొత్తం. 2 meter high. ఇందాక అదే చూసాం కదా 7.5 feet అంటే that is a 2 meter high image of copper. Sorry, this is different. Sorry, Sultan Banjid వేరు, ఇది వేరు. 2-meter high bronze image of Buddha, that was copper image. So 2-meter high bronze image of Buddha which was recovered from the Sultan Ganj near Bhagalpur. సుల్తాన్ బంజ్ నియర్ బాగల్పూర్ దగ్గర ఉన్నది. వీళ్ళేమో 2-meter హై బ్రాన్స్ ఇమేజ్ అంటున్నారు. దెన్ 25 meter హై కాపర్ ఇమేజ్ ఆఫ్ బుద్ధ. 25 meters, so big, 25 meters high copper image of Buddha as mentioned by Fahian. It was not traceable till now. Then ఇదే అంటుంది అయితే ఒకటేమో కాపర్ అంటున్నారు, ఒకటేమో బ్రాన్స్ ఇమేజ్ అంటున్నారు. 7.5 feet, ఇంకోటేమో 2 meters. Then most of the paintings in Ajanta, they depict various events in the life of Buddha, where from which depict most of the paintings of Ajanta were from the Guptan period antunaru. So for the first time the images of Vishnu, Shiva and other Hindu gods also were found in the art and architecture lo gaani, sculptures lo gaani, paintings lo gaani. For the first time images of Vishnu, Shiva and other Hindu gods were found. Few temples were made out of brick in Uttar Pradesh, that is Bitargaon in Kanpur, Bitari in Ghazipur, and a stone temple also was found. Then Buddhist University of Nalanda also was set up in Guptan age. Causes of the decline of Gupta period. The Hun invasion which made the northwest vulnerable, Hun invasion which means northwest vulnerable, and the system of the land grants and the overగా అందరికీ grants ఇచ్చేస్తూ వెళ్ళిపోయారు. సో అందరికీ ఎక్కువ అయిపోయాయి, సో ఇవ్వడానికి నెక్స్ట్ ఏం లేదు. And the feudatories who declared their independence, and the financial crisis. It was system of the land grants and the feudatories who declared their own independence, and the financial crisis led to the decline of Gupta